Good, beautiful morning, everybody, and welcome to the Wednesday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. Today is a brand new day, and this is a brand new moment. My name is William Michael Forbes. I'm a spiritual medium, a channel, and an intuitive light coach. And today I have with me the energy of a collective called the Divine Collective. We're here to discuss the fundamentals of what we are calling Ascension 101. And they felt it was very important we understand some of the basic things about what's going on energetically on the planet and what each of us can do to alleviate some of the symptomology that's happening from this ascension energy that's happening. It's not just the chemistry that's being created by humans, they tell me. It's not just the stuff that man is doing, but more importantly, it is how the energy of the sun, the physical sun, is interacting with our consciousness as a species. And as you gain some of the fundamental things about what is actually occurring with the sun and you individually, not just us collectively, but every single living organism on this planet is being influenced and affected by the incoming energies of the sun. We call them ascension energies. That's what they've asked me to call them. It's important to understand that these energies, in the context that they refer to ascension, predominantly refers to changes and transformations in biology, psychology, and spirituality that are literally unfolding as we speak. That it becomes very important you understand that this energy coming in is only going to affect you predominantly in one of two ways. They're saying also that we'll be getting about a 24-hour break from things. There's going to be like a 24-hour period where the intensity of the energies that's been going up for the last 7 to 10 days is going to ease off, at least for today. And then it will resume again tomorrow for about the next 4 or 5 days after that. But some of the fundamental things they tell me that we can do are really simple things that you yourself can do. But let's go over a list of some of the things they tell me that people are experiencing because of these ascension energies. Headaches, nervousness, anxiousness, frustration, aggression, physically feeling depleted of energy, overabundance of energy. Some people have way too much energy. They call them being a manic state, an overabundance of energy. That there's also physical things that happen with the physical body, like what they call electric sensitive organs, like your heart and your brain, that these things are also being affected by these ascension energies that are incoming. That there have been many different civilizations and life forms upon this planet, they say, that have been altered and changed according to the nature of their consciousness. Every single life form on this planet has been and will be affected by these incoming energies from what you call your central sun. The central sun, in turn, is affected and influenced by the galactic central light or sun that emanates a field at regular intervals out into the system of consciousness that you call the physical universe. It is a system of consciousness. From the perspective of your biology, it is not too difficult to take proper action to ensure that your body is at least comfortable during the transition of these energies incoming. Simple things that ensure that electrical energy does not sit or overreact with certain organs in your body. It would be very important for you to go out and do a practice you call grounding, where you allow your physical bodies to reunite its energy to the physical earth. That is this planetary sphere on which you find yourself hearing these words from. Being able to allow your body to get intimately connected to the physical earth will allow a balance of the incoming energies to occur in your body instead of an imbalance. Grounding is the most important thing from the perspective of your biology. From the perspective of what you call your psychology, that is the place where you store your memories, your information, your understanding, your considerations about creation, etc. The realm of your psychology is likewise going to be affected either positively or negatively. If you are predominantly focusing your consciousness, or your consciousness has been predominantly focused on negative conceptions of energy, and by negative conceptions of energy, we mean ideas that would cause or instill harm upon yourself or others. These are negative elements of consciousness. You may also be indulging in elements of positive consciousness. Either one of these will receive energy from this central sun of yours. The one that is most dominant in your consciousness, both your conscious aware mind that is hearing these words, but the underlying element of your mind, that is the place where you store your information from many lifetimes of experience on this planetary system and others. But both the conscious and unconscious realms of information that you harbor within your own mind will be influenced and affected by these energies. They will be amplified and strengthened. If you are experiencing dominant negative emotional energies that seem to come out of nowhere, it is because that is the dominant emotional element in your subconscious field, your subjective field that is receiving energies and being amplified. These incoming energies from the perspective of your mind, your unconscious mind being included in that description of mind, that only that which is most dominant in your mind will be amplified. That which is least dominant will also be amplified, but not as much as that which is most dominant in your conscious or unconscious minds. This could give you a clearer understanding of why you see so many individuals on your planet behaving destructively and harmfully towards one another. Why schemes and games of control, authority, and power are evolving, not simply because an individual believes that they have authority, control, and power, but their dominant state of being is that of authority, control, and power. And this will be amplified. Functions of greed, functions of love, functions of goodness, functions of rage, functions of peace, whatever you contain within your own consciousness, these will be amplified more and more and more, so that one will eventually predominate over the other and become your dominant expression. Now, this can happen for you either unconsciously and appears to be random for some of you, where you find yourself saying and doing things that you would not normally say and do, not because you want to say and do them, but simply because the energy has imparted itself to your system and amplified that dominant function. But in recognizing the condition of free will that you harbor in your own awareness, that is the part of you that is hearing these words, the part of you that is observing what you are seeing upon your screens, that aspect of you has the function of what we call free will. The exercise of your free will can alter and change the function in the subjective field of your conscious mind and subconscious mind, that you may, through an act of your will, resist the functions of anger, sadness, greed, lust, impropriety, immorality. You may, through an act of your will, resist these things, and you may, through an act of your will, not resist these things. But in the last analysis, each and every one of you faces your own responsibility over the function of your consciousness in this dimensional experience that you call the earth plane. Each and every one of you is bound to carry out whatever it is you hold most dear in your heart, whether that is good or not so good. There is the only choice you have to choose consciously and deliberately. You must learn to focus your attention on those things that are life-serving and life-propagating, not life-diminishing and life-harming. Even those who believe that they are doing good, but simultaneously causing great harm and destruction upon your civilizations, even at this moment, even they may believe that they are doing what is good. From the perspective of understanding the true nature of life, that which diminishes and reduces and restricts life is not good. That which enhances, improves, and articulates life to its highest expression is that which we would say is more good. But each and every one of you must understand that there are actions you can take in order to ameliorate the influences of these ascension energies, at the very least, make certain that they are more positive in your condition of life than they might be negative. First and foremost, you must understand that your physical body is an electrical instrument by nature, and that you are an electrical being by nature, interfacing with physical time and space through this electrical field called consciousness. That this electrical field is easily conductive through substances like water, precious metals. They all conduct substances of electrical energy. Having a proper balance of conductivity in your body is very important. That means to ensure that your body is properly in a state of what you would call balance with what you call the substance of water, for example. That there is a proper balance of water and non-water in your body, so that the function of electrical energy that you are receiving is balanced through the system. You might say that the substance of water can operate as a regulating element in how electrical energy flows through your body. The rate and frequency of the flow of electrical energy through your physical body will enhance or diminish your life accordingly. Too much of one and you will have an imbalance. Too little of one and you will have an imbalance. But either way, if you get too much energy flowing into your body, then you will find symptoms, as we have described earlier, such as conditions of headache, discomfort, physical irritation, anger, greed, functions of behavior that are not conducive to the life of your civilizations. Proper balance of electrical energy through your body will be very useful during these coming weeks. Other elements that you can use to balance your physical body is to commune with your physical earth. As we said, to get intimate with it, to lie upon it, to indulge upon it. Some of you have things that you call hot springs and things like mud baths, where you can immerse yourself in the direct energy of the earth and allow that balancing factor to occur spontaneously. You may too also walk upon the earth, as many of your peoples did for many thousands of years. They walked freely upon the earth without shoes upon their feet, preventing them from connecting naturally and organically. How do you think such civilizations could exist for over 32,000 years? They remained properly connected to the source of energy for their physical organisms, so that when such changes as these did occur, they were not too adversely affected. From the perspective of your psychological well-being, you must become very, very aware. You must become the dominant factor in your personality, in that you are able to observe what thoughts your mind is thinking, what thoughts your mind is being given. You must come to a place where you can determine these things consciously. Many of you are simply acting and reacting to thoughts that you are receiving, or thoughts that are being stimulated in your minds. And you find yourselves into these fits of rage or sadness or anxiousness, frustration, and irritation, simply because you do not understand how to be aware of the distinction between yourself as the conscious operator of your physical organism and the physical organism itself. The information that moves through it is not who you are. It is simply information that you utilize in your process of learning the art of creation in this particular physical dimension of existence. Being able to make this distinction between your thoughts and yourself will make it very easy for you to surrender the impulses towards violence and impropriety that occur as a result of certain conditions of thought. Many of the so-called systems of entertainment that you have developed have served very poorly at filling your minds with conceptions that would be life-enhancing, and have rather placed many of you in positions where you actually focus on the suffering of other individuals, such as your sporting events, where you see people harm one another. You have so many of you focusing on destructiveness and harm, and you think that will have no consequence in your civilizations. Look around you at your leadership around this world that are doing great harm to many of you. This is what happens when you begin to make violence and aggression a predominant focus in your civilization, that one should gain advantage over another. Such functions loan themselves only to the eventual suffering of one half at the expense of another. As you can see, this is happening on your planet on a global scale, as half of you are starving and half of you are overeating. Do you not find that somewhat interesting? That there are so many of you at this time suffering needlessly, so many of you seeking to end your suffering, but not having the proper knowledge or understanding to do so. You find yourselves lost as a species, and many of you as individuals suffering needlessly inside a mind not even of your own making. Many of the thoughts and ideas that you indulge in did not originate with your own consciousness, but originated from the consciousness of another, that they themselves were also lost on the path to truth, love, wisdom, and creativity. The idea that your conflicts, your world wars, as you call them, have precipitated great technological innovation is not exactly the truth. Technological innovation occurs often more outside of the function of what you call war. These serve only to diminish your humanity further, war and destruction, and will continue to do so. You had species of humanoids upon this planet many tens of thousands and even many millions of years ago that stood greater than what you would call your buildings, that could move great stones with ease, much the same way you might pick a pebble up off a beach and cast it into the water. There were great humanoid beings that, like you, fell down the path of error in thinking and creating, and thus became extinct from the perspective of being able to exist in that particular form. You must also consider the fact that life has its ebbs and flows, and that all life ebbs and flows like the waves upon your beach, each sequentially coming upon the shore in its time, slipping back into the water to disappear, never to be seen again. So too, every species upon this earth has come and gone like the waves of your seas. So too, if you continue on the path of your neglect and ignorance, you too shall find yourself slipping back into the seas of consciousness, never to be known or seen again as you are. But please understand that these incoming energies are a function of consciousness, giving every life form upon this planet and beyond, as there are many civilizations throughout the cosmos that you look upon in your night skies, that many of these civilizations have survived, some of them for tens of thousands, if not millions of years, because they understood the laws of consciousness and energy, much the same way as you can understand the function of electrical energy that lights your light bulbs or turns your computers and televisions on or animates your automobiles. The function of electricity, when properly understood, will reveal a great and most sacred way that you can certainly change the existence of your life in this dimension. Understand that every thought you think is an electrical potential. Every thought you receive, also an electrical potential. Be mindful of what thoughts you would choose to receive, and be even more mindful of what thoughts you would allow your mind to think. Each will create its own conditions of experience for you individually and collectively. And because you are all here together, you will all experience the results of your efforts together. There is an inevitable outcome to the different potentials of electricity. If we were to denote the different states of potential between electricity, that which is favorable for your existence, we would call the function of the electrical potential called love. The other we would call the function of the electrical potential called fear. These two great energies of polarity, love and fear, are being amplified according to what you hold in your consciousness, individually and collectively. that there is a very specific and inevitable outcome for each and every one of you, that this is not the only existence that you have ever had, but this is the one that you have now. And if you choose to delight in it a little further, then we would highly encourage that you begin to shift your consciousness from the vibrational state of fear to the vibrational state of love. This must be a choice of your own free will, individually and collectively. Understand that each and every one of you, in your decisiveness, is influencing and affecting the overall consciousness of your collective together. So when you see outpictured in the world the violence and aggression that is currently sweeping across your planet, the realm of poverty, the forms of sacrifice you see being carried out in so-called centers of health, these things are all products of the vibrational amplification of the energy called fear. And you still have the option of free will to exercise your willingness to surrender these functions of fear or to persist in them. Each path, whether it is love or fear, will have its own inevitable conclusion in your experience. In the function of love, your transcendence to a higher state of existence is certainly assured. This can be accomplished individually, so do not lose heart in the idea that if your collective is suffering more negatively than positively, that you yourself may, by the vibrational state of love, in a manner of speaking, exempt yourself from the consequences of the collective. The functions of love lead to very specific conditions of existence, as equally as the functions of fear lead to a very specific outcome in your existence. Each loans itself to very different experiences, and each and every one of you will reap the causes of your own effects. This is simply the truth. Understanding that you have the function of free will becomes very important. You must understand that you have the function of free will, that the very nature of selecting and choosing thoughts, the very nature of creating conditions of emotion that you experience as your feelings, you have authority and autonomy over this. If you do not realize this, then you will feel like a ship being tossed around upon the great oceans without a rudder, sails, or wheel to control you. You must understand that the function of your free will is absolute when you choose to assert it. That no matter how intense the condition of fear or any emotion inside your consciousness might be, you do at any moment have the autonomy to say, "Be still, be still. It is my will, not thy will." You have the authority to do this in any moment. Be still, be still. It is my will, not thy will. When you understand and apply the function of your free will, then you will not feel so controlled and manipulated. In fact, it will be very difficult for anyone to control and manipulate you whatsoever. But many of you have delegated the function of your free will to agencies outside of your own creative condition. That is, you've surrendered what you shall think, what you shall believe, what you shall know or know not. You have surrendered this to authorities outside of yourself. You've given your will over to others. And this, of course, will have its own consequences, as many of you are experiencing those consequences, being forced, or so you think you've been forced. You simply acquiesced. You surrendered your will to another. And in the surrendering of that will, you found yourself doing, saying, and being in ways towards yourself and others that you used to say would be deplorable and awful. Wishing death upon others will reap a very unpleasant effect for you. Please understand that you always have will to use in any moment. You can see the assertion of will, both correctly and incorrectly, all around your planet. And it is not just the will of one, but there is the will of all of you together. The willingness to agree to functions of behavior that go against your consciousness, and you simply say, "I was just doing what I was told," is no excuse. There is no excuse in denying the function of your own will. You cannot defer it or its consequences to another. So even if you follow another down the road of depravity and suffering, even if you follow them simply because you are listening to the sound of the Pied Piper, you will still reap the effects no matter what. Even in the last moment, you may choose to say no. You may decide to not go into this realm of debauchery that you seem to be going into as a species, a realm that goes against the very nature and function of life itself. To deny your existence as what you are is to deny existence itself. And the consequences to your denial will be suffering, as the denial of the natural order of life always results in suffering. The denial to the natural order of life has always resulted in suffering. In the human realm, this has been one that has occurred time and time again through countless civilizations, some of which you can recover from the sands of time, but most of which you shall never even know existed upon the face of this earth. You will not be the last civilization, but you may have a little bit more time here than others if you choose to exercise your will in a different fashion than you currently are. But if you continue to ignore the laws of life, the law of love, for the benefits temporarily, albeit of fear and its functions, you shall reap the consequences no matter what. But what we did say we would do today is provide you with some simple actions you can take to ameliorate or insulate yourself from the negative manifestations of this ascension energy. Learning to place your mind and body under your own authority, your own loving authority. Do you honor and cherish the beautiful instrument in which you find yourself hearing the words that we're speaking to you? Do you honor and cherish the beautiful instrument in which you find yourself experiencing and hearing these words? How do you honor it? In which ways do you demonstrate your love, your gratitude, and your appreciation for it? For if you do not know how to love, then you will not experience love. But there are very simple things you can do in terms of what you can do towards that body, what you shall give it to eat, and what you shall give it to drink. How you should treat it can elevate it to a state of its divinity, its natural divinity, or diminish it to the realm of being not much more than a rock in a chair somewhere, unable to be or do anything. You always have the function of free will to begin the path of restoring your body to a function of love by what you would do with it, what you would think about it, what you would feed it, how you would take care of it. And every one of you knows when you are doing that which is right and when you're doing that which is not so right. Every one of you knows without exception if you are honoring the temple. Secondarily, being able to consider, to evaluate through the use of your will, the thoughts that you harbor in your mind, in the place that affects your physical world the most, the place of your mind, your information, your knowledge, your experience, and how you manage that. How do you manage your thoughts in your mind? Or do you simply just let them run on with no care? The lack of willingness to take authority over your own thinking mind is no different than the lack of authority of feeding or clothing or taking care of your body properly. Each will result in something not so good occurring in your experience. But you may at any time assert your will lovingly and gently over your mind and say to the mind, do not think this thought. Do not go this way. Be of this spirit. But this requires that you recognize the difference between your thinking mind and your awareness. You must learn to recognize that you are not your thoughts. You are not your emotions. You are a soul, a spiritual entity of universal light. This is what you truly are. And when you understand that position in your consciousness, you will be able to assert a very different will over your physical body, over your mind, and thereby over your world. At this time, many of you are running around unconsciously, not really aware of what you are thinking or even why you are thinking it, or from where your thoughts came from. Find yourself saying and doing things that when you get to your homes at the end of the day, or you go to lie down to put that body to rest at night, and you think and you cannot sleep and you are uncomfortable, not because you wish to be, but because you know you have said and you have done things that are not in alignment with the function of life, but are more in alignment with the function of suffering. But you are free to choose any path. But you must awaken your will to initiate the changes that we've suggested. You must awaken your will to have authority and dominion over what you shall do with the body that you have. And you must understand that the functions of all action towards your body or your environment can only be of two possibilities. You are either going to function from the intention of love, or you are going to function from the intention of fear. And every single thought and action that you will perform in the lifetime existence you have in that body that you hear these words through, every single action you will ever perform can only come from those two functions, love or fear. And while there is a great shading of different degrees between love and fear, they each reap their own reward. They each sow their own seed. And verily, every single day you experience that. Every moment you are living in love or you are living in fear. And in every moment you have the will to choose whether you shall live in love or you shall live in fear. Be prepared in this fashion. Go forth into your life consciously and deliberately. If you have heard these words, then you know the distinction of which we speak. If you are suffering, you know the distinction of what we speak, that you are living in fear. You're not honoring and cherishing your physical organism, nor your mind. You're not taking care of them as you were designed to do. And if you are living in joy and seeing the beauty of this world and ennobling and uplifting life all around you, then you are serving the function of love, and the reward shall be reaped equally for love as it shall be for fear. The choice remains exclusively yours. You cannot defer the responsibility to another. And even if you say, I was just doing as I was told, you have deferred the responsibility, and the deferral of that responsibility shall reap its own reward for you. And great atrocities have occurred on this planet throughout many civilizations under the deferral of one's will to another. You may choose to do that again, and you may likewise choose to do that not at all. The choice remains yours. We simply came here to bring your attention to the importance and significance of this time of ascension, where you may raise your energy up to its highest expression of divinity, or lower it down to less than that of what you call an animal, as animals in and of themselves are far more evolved than many of you in the exercise of your free will upon the face of this planet. They operate in harmony with what was given to them, whereas many of you do not. But you always have the choice to change and alter your consciousness from one state to another. By your will and your will only will you find the peace and the freedom that you so desperately call upon us to guide you towards. Well, here we are again, as we have been before, offering you the wisdom and knowledge that you request. Will you take it? Will you receive it? Will you apply it? You cannot ignore the responsibility that was given to you when you came into this physical dimension, for it was given to you. And neither your gods, nor your angels, nor those around you can be held accountable for the errors of your consciousness. The function of forgiveness is natural in that it will occur, but you will experience forgiveness after you reap the reward of your own causing. Okay, that is it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. So this is my morning. It's a wonderful, brand new, beautiful day. I love that we always have choice, don't we? Don't we? We always have choice. That's one thing that you cannot ignore. You have the choice to not choose. You have the choice to choose. I love that. So I've been going out grounding more frequently, getting myself properly hydrated, eating more living live food. Your body's a divine temple, right? But your will, you cannot defer the authority of your own will over your body. I want to say thank you to the Divine Collective for their message today. Thank you so much. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Hi. Hi, guys. Yes, you can ask a question now. Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. This is coming up. Somebody saying, I'm having crazy dreams and seeing all kinds of beings between awake and asleep. Why is that? Because these energies aren't not just affecting the human perceptual bandwidth of consciousness. All dimensions are receiving ascension energy. We're just seeing it emanating from the physical sun. What they tell me is that we're just seeing the physical manifestation of it. That's this dimensional experience. But there are other dimensions that are likewise being affected with this ascension energy. And so there's what they're calling dimensional crossovers, where people are seeing, hearing, experiencing, having dreams, having waking dreams. This is happening across all dimensional planes. It happens at regular intervals, and each dimension has its own effects and causes. But yeah, you're interfacing with other realms of information. Really important to know that. But equally important, what they're saying is important. It's to make certain that you're properly hydrated, that you're grounding, getting your feet connected to the earth. There's simple things that you can do. Watch what you let your mind think. Watch what thoughts you let other people give you, because people can give you their thinking. It's what advertising is all about. Somebody giving you their thoughts so that you will behave in a way that they want you to, right? That's a real thing. And we cannot use ignorance as an excuse. I can't say, well, they put that show on and I watched it and they put these no, you can't do that. If you watch something that puts negative, fearful, terrifying thoughts in your mind, then you're going to reap the consequences of what you allow in your mind, right? But yeah, a lot of people having dreams, a lot of people having headaches, like intense headaches, a lot of people having extreme fatigue for no apparent reason. Yes, I know. I'm being told to tell you there's other causes. There's human causes that are causing some of these. But most of these symptoms are being caused by these incoming energies. In fact, most of the bad behavior you see upon the planet is because of the ascension energies. And most of the good behavior you're seeing increasing on the planet is because of these ascension energies. I like that. It makes it so much simpler when you realize that we're not just some automaton. We have a choice. Oh, thank you for that. Appreciate it. Max is asking, thank you for that super chat, Max. Is it time to go to India? I'm being told yes. I'm being told yes and yes. Yes. I got the energy of Sai Baba coming in, and I know he's not in his physical embodiment right now, but he's calling you forth. The energy of a being called Sai Baba, Satya Sai Baba, really strong for you right now. And he's saying, yes, 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 you will be safe. Yes, 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 yes. Agreement from the rooftops. Hi, Jacqueline. Good to see you, darling. Wonderful to have you here. Yeah, it's time to be kind to yourself. You got to realize that most of us on the planet, okay? Most people on the planet don't understand that most of what you're thinking didn't come from you. Most of what you think you're thinking came from television, schools, education, books. Most people's thinking didn't originate from this themselves. Most of what you think you're thinking isn't even yours. That's why I like when they said it's important that we develop our own will, that you develop your will sufficient enough that you can begin to sort the wheat from the chaff. Jesus tells me a lot of people misunderstand what Judgment Day is really about, in that each and every one of us must come to a place where we evaluate our own minds. We do an assessment of ourselves, literally, and we decide, I'm not going to keep these thoughts. You literally sort the good from the not so good. And you purify your mind. He calls it purifying the mind, where you begin to sort out your mind and shift it from embodying fear and anger and judgment and frustration and rage, and you release those from your system, right? You don't carry around like that. Yeah, it is pretty cool. Got it. Thank you, Lisa, for that super chat. Message from my husband, Brian, from his guides, please. Wow, Brian, I'm getting this. I'm being drawn. My attention is being drawn to your solar plexus chakra, the energy system here. There's this burst of energy that's been trying to come out, but you've got this. I'm being told to tell you, you've got this sadness. You got this sadness that's right down in here that has to be released from the solar plexus. You have to release the sadness that you've got stored in the solar plexus of the body. You've got it right. It's not right, like right between the heart and the solar. There's a blockage of sadness right in here that's preventing the ascension of your energy, from the lower instinctual energy to the higher spiritual energy. I'm getting that this wow. The sadness happened quite some time ago, right? They're telling me about halfway back. Where your life is right now and you go halfway back, something happened there. That's where that event that happened there, you're still holding the energy of that in the body right there. And I would highly encourage you to consider booking a reading with me. Go to my website, William Michael Forbes, and consider booking a reading, get more information about that, because there's details of how to release that. That will be very beneficial for you. But yeah, you need to release that sadness. It will be like a huge weight coming off you, literally. But you've been carrying that mostly to yourself since then. Wow. But that'll be a great relief for you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Yes, it is. Humans need to stop making robots. Damn it. Well, the humans that are making robots are, again, believing that they are more than they actually are. They really do. So many humans have gotten to this ridiculous place. They believe that they are God. And they're going to find out in a very, very unpleasant way that is not the case. There is a truth to that, but not in the way that they're trying to actualize it. I won't say too much more than that. I'm telling you not to say anything beyond that. You're very welcome. Question from Mary Scott. Will our cat return if I put out a humane trap to catch her? Mary, yes, you can actually capture the cat that way, but I'm being told, if I tune into it, I'm being told that it's telling me that its time is to go elsewhere. There are things that you need to do with your life now that the cat is preventing, and the cat knows this. He says there's things that you've been wanting to do, and you haven't been able to do them because the cat inhibits a lot of that function. So it's very important that you consider that. Yeah, we'll go over here. Thank you so much. Wonderful day. You're welcome. Yeah, also I want to mention everybody too, between now, you've got only a few more weeks left to register for Masterclass 101 Awakening. Masterclass 101 Awakening is an introduction to mediumship, how to connect to your guides, your angels, higher wisdom and knowledge. How do you do that? There's an actual process to gain access to information that you cannot get from this physical world. There's a way to change how your awareness is perceiving so that you can gain access to the realms of information outside the scope of what you know. Like Buddha often says, William, it's not what you know that is important, it's what you do not know that is important. All that you need to know will come from what you do not know, not from what you know. And it really is the truth. You need to learn to adjust your perceptual apparatus. That's the way you perceive and think and feel and believe, to gain access to information that you don't get from this physical world. And every great innovator and inventor, any great philosopher, any great teacher has gained access to realms of information beyond what they know. It's called inspiration or intuition, right? In our Masterclass 101, we take you on a step-by-step process where you learn to activate your intuition. You learn to activate realms of perception that let you gain information in a very simple and easy to apply process. It's a 3-week program that runs from Sundays to Mondays for 3 weeks, and you get about one live event every single day. And during each live event, you connect to your guides, your angels. You learn to open up these internal faculties. You learn to hear directly from the ascended masters on how they themselves have learned to elevate their consciousness to realms of what you call divinity, or to God, or to higher self, whatever you want to call that state. But you'll learn directly from them how to actually do that. And you go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, and read the entire description, because you learn about things like, you get introduced things like astral traveling, astral projection, sensing energies, meditation, and you learn fundamental lessons on what your body is, what your mind is. You also get to understand how to treat your body differently. There's a whole process on how to eat, how to put proper foods, how to change the energy of your body. So a whole lot of wonderful things in this course. And again, I encourage you, register for the course now. You've only got a few more weeks left. Time goes by really fast. And yes, it's well worth your time and energy to do so. Thank you so much. Yes, I see that. Thank you for the super chat, Amanda, or super sticker. Unfortunately, I can't see what the sticker is here, but I'll trust that it's something really pretty. Someone's asking here, will the understanding of quantum physics and mechanics? Yes. Yeah, well, quantum mechanics, when I ask them about that, what they tell me is quantum mechanics and quantum physics is only understanding the mechanisms of consciousness, but they do not understand consciousness itself. Examining a thing does not let you know the thing. Examining the thing does not let you know the thing. To know the thing, you must become the thing. And there's a way to move your consciousness. You can go out. My wife does this a lot. She'll look at a bird and she'll move her body, her awareness into the bird, and she'll feel like she'll feel the sensation of flying. She'll be seeing through its eyes. And she has this ability to do that with other living organisms. You need to become the thing to know the thing. And again, science evaluates, observes. So it doesn't know what it's observing unless the scientist actually moves into the realm of experiencing what it's observing. If it becomes what it observes, then it will know what it observes, and it won't just be theory. But that's quantum physics is only opening the door. It's only opened the door for these other realms of understanding, but it doesn't know what consciousness really is yet. You have to be the thing to know the thing. Again, somebody's asking me a question about the cat, Rudy. Should I give Rudy monthly injections of Solencia for his arthritis, or the extra supplements I'm giving him? Or is the extra supplements I'm giving him and red light therapy enough for him? Yes, I'm being told do not give him the injections. I'm being told to tell you that what you're doing must be augmented. You must understand the function of your consciousness. The function of your consciousness, the thinking of a thought, the feeling of a feeling transmits an energy. The thinking of thoughts, the feeling of feelings transmits an energy when you give them your attention. And this dear one of yours feels your concerns and your fears. So while you are doing the remedial things that you know to do, they're not reaping quite the effects that you would like them to have upon this being, because you have underlying thoughts and feelings that this being is picking up from you. Not to mention that this one is also on a different journey than you might want it to be on. And you understand that, what we mean by that very well, do you not? That this dear one of yours has his own journey to go on as well. Many of you will try to resist the natural process of the evolution of individuals. It's important you begin to assert clearly and distinctly that you have much greater authority than you currently do. Thank you so much. Thank you. These things are coming up. Hi, Amanda. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate all those gifts. Thank you so much. Remember also, if you're watching this, like, subscribe, and more importantly, share these live events with people you know while they come on, especially when the message is being transmitted. Share this with people, like get it out to them. Raise it, give it a thumbs up, hit the share button. Make certain other people get this information. Please do that. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. This information is vital for our evolution, both individually and collectively. Look at all these gifts coming up. Incredible. Thank you so much. It's an amazing time for us. It really, really is. You did not come to this world to suffer. You came to this world to create. You really did. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Diane's asking, any message from my brother Richard from the other side? I'm being shown a party hat, and like how I'm getting this energy of house music, like celebration, like he's really celebrating. Yeah, he's yeah. He's really busy celebrating right now. I can tell you that much. He's really busy celebrating like that right now. It's important you honor that. He loves you very much. Yeah. Blanca's asking, will I start my new career this month? I'm getting a no for that. I'm getting more like 7 weeks. I'm getting like the number 7 weeks. But your intention, they're telling me also to tell you that your intention can change that. Your intention can change that. If you harbor no doubt, then the event will pan out. If you harbor no doubt, the event will pan out. I love that. Harbor no doubt. Also, remember, for those of you on my YouTube channel, remember, click the notification bell so that you get notified when I come live, because I've gotten messages from a number of people that have said, I missed the live events and I really want to be part of live events. And you can. All you got to do is click notification bell that says all notifications. So you'll know when I post any new content or when we're going live. We do go live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, Eastern Standard Time at 10 a.m. So 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. And we'd love to have you here. You're always delighted. Bring your questions, bring your considerations. We do try to get to as many as we can. And for those of you who want to know more about what we're doing, go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, and look up the shop, and you'll see all the different things and services. We offer readings. We offer masterclass series that have been given to us by the Ascended Masters to teach, right? So you want to avail yourself of as much practical information that's going to help you elevate your consciousness up. So hi, Valerie. Valerie's asking, I'm considering getting divorced from my husband of 26 years due to alcohol. He refuses to admit he has a drinking problem, and he will not go for help, feeling stuck and afraid. I know it's a difficult position when he's especially when they're functional alcoholics. I'm being told he's a functional alcoholic, that he's able to do the basic things that need to be done to maintain your lifestyle, but it's not very pleasant for you to see him harming himself all the time like that. And he doesn't even know he's doing it. Again, the childhood events that he's never been able to talk about have to be revealed. That it's not about the alcohol. Understand, the alcohol is just a symptom. Underlying the alcohol is a deep wound that he's never dealt with, okay? I'm being told to tell you that. Underlying the alcohol is the deep wound. All the alcohol does is prevent him from getting in touch with that pain. But it's a very deep wound. It's something that we carried over from another lifetime, but it resulted in an event that he had earlier in his life that's never been resolved. So really, really important to consider that element before you jump ship on him. Right. And I highly recommend that you perhaps book a reading with me. You will get very specific and precise ideas and information on what you can do to assist your husband if he's unwilling to shift this himself. There are things that you can learn to do to interact with his higher self. Again, I highly encourage you to go book a reading with me. You can do that through my website, and you can choose a date and time that you would like from my calendar so that you can choose the reading at a time that works best for you, right out of my calendar. And yes, for sure. Thank you so much for that question. I know it's the energy at this time is really difficult for a lot of people. Someone saying my son was stolen from me. Nobody can steal what is yours from you. Please understand that what is yours is yours. Okay? Nothing's going to get stolen from you in reality. What is yours is yours. If you have the fear, if you want to see him again, you want to connect to him again, be in that, feel his closeness to you. Feel the energy of being close to him instead of the fear of how far away he is, right? Feel the closeness, feel the love. You cannot get close to people when you're bonding on fear. If you're bonding with fear, you won't get close to people. You need to bond in love. Stay connected to your son in love, not in fear. Do that. Like really, spend every day, every time you think about your son, just think how much I love and I'm so grateful for him. Just that one thought. Every time you think of your son, every time that fear tries to come up, every time that horrible feeling of separateness happens, stop and say, I love and cherish my son. And let that be the energy. Build that energy and watch what happens. I love and cherish my son. Because what people don't understand, and they tell me this all the time, we communicate telepathically, whether you know it or not. Parents, especially moms and fathers with their children, what you think and feel inside, your children receive. So transmit your love to him. Like really, I love, honor, and cherish my son. Be in that energy all the time and watch what happens, right? Every time you think of him, and they're telling me to stress that for you, every time you think of your son, I love and cherish my son. Let that be the only connection you form with him now and watch what happens, okay? And then when that happens, come back and share that with us because it will happen. Happens so many times. Oh, you're very welcome. It's an honor and a privilege. You know, when my guardian angel John first spoke to me, I would never have imagined, 44 years ago when I'm about to jump off a bridge and he speaks to me and tells me to get off the bridge and he tells me to go and call a phone number and ask for this man, that this man would help me. And I never would have thought that 39 years later, I would suddenly be talking to all these guides and angels and ascended masters and being guided by them. And I went through what most people would call a challenging childhood and a challenging period of time in my life where I was dealing with alcoholism and I was dealing with drug addiction and I was dealing with depression and anxiety and I had to work through those things. But I never could have imagined that one event where my guardian angel speaks to me, that all these years later, I would suddenly be doing this. And I'm going to be doing this for the rest of my life, just sharing the information that they give to me to anybody who's ready to receive it. But you have guides and angels too, all of you. You're not alone in this physical dimension. It doesn't matter who you are, where you are not alone, okay? There are beings that will work with you, good beings and not so good beings. So it becomes very important to elevate your energy, get closer to a state of love. Call on Master Jesus, call on Buddha, call on God, call on your highest guardian angels to come to you. But do not call upon them from, through anger and through pain. Call them through hope and possibility. They'll come to you. I know, because it happened to me. And here I am. Okay, somebody's asking, what is causing my knee issue? Your body is a reaction to your mind, okay? And you've got Delinda, you have this phrase that you used to use quite a bit. I can't stand that. You used to use that phrase a lot. I can't stand that. Words have energy that affect your body, right? Words have energy that affect your body. Spend time turning to your knee and telling your knee how beautiful and how much you appreciate all the support it's giving you. Start communicating your love and your gratitude towards your knee and watch what happens. Thoughts create energy that affect your body. Thoughts create energy that affect your body. Every thought you think affects your body. And every cell is listening. Hi, hello. Every cell is listening to me right now. Every cell in your body hears and responds to what you allow in your mind. And that's the truth. And you need to really start to honor and right now, Delinda, do this. They're telling me to tell you to do this right now. Feel the knee. Put your hands put both your hands like this. Take your two hands and put them over your knee, like over your whole knee. And then say these words to your knee. Thank you. I appreciate how much you have supported me throughout my life. And I appreciate your support always. Those words, okay? And just stay with it. Aside from the fact that you need to stop eating very toxic foods. You need to stop eating acidic foods that are causing acids in your body that are harming you. Right? Thank you so much. Thank you for that super chat, Lisa, asking any message from my guides today. I get laughter. They're telling me you need to find ways to install laughter in your day today. Find ways to bring laughter into your body. Even if you pretend to laugh, you will bring its spirit into your day. But the spirit of joy need be yours today. The spirit of joy needs to be yours today. And laughter, like really getting into that energy of laughter, like go into it. Go into it. Yeah. Yeah. They're saying you can even bring it into the forests. Bring your laughter to nature. It loves to hear your laughter. Wow, that's really cool. I've never heard that before. Bring your laughter to nature. Love that. Hi, everybody. You have to be kind to yourself to open doors. They remain closed otherwise. That's very true. Someone's asking, will I awaken soon? I'm trying so hard. You don't have to try. You already are awake. The fact that you're here listening to these words indicates you already are awake. Birds of a feather flock together. It's a profound truth. The Hermetics didn't create that law for no reason. It's a great truth. What you need to do is relax. Right now, like take a slow, deep breath. Right now, just slow, deep breath and relax. Your trying is building in resistance. Your trying builds in, when you try to do something, you're building in resistance. In fact, they tell me that when people say they're trying, they already establish a part of them is going to fail. And now you're working against that. Don't try, just breathe and relax right now. Like really, just breathe and relax. And you'll start to feel the difference in your energy almost immediately. Just letting your body relax, right? Let your body relax. Let your mind relax. Give your mind and body rest. Okay, what's the book? Somebody's just telling me that there's a book that you need to read. It's called The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. To study that book for you. They're saying they want me to tell you to get that book and study it. The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. They don't often give me books to give to people. That's really fun. I got time for a couple more questions, and then we'll be back on Friday for the Friday Q&A. Again, I can't stress enough, like, subscribe, and share this information with other people. Follow, click the notification bell. You want to keep this information reaching people because so many people are being fed stuff from their governments, from newspapers, from TV shows that keep them in low vibrational states. People don't realize that they're not being entertained. When you're watching people beat each other up, that's not entertainment. You're being programmed with violence. People don't realize that's actually what's going on. Or you're watching a show like The Walking Dead, you're worshiping suffering and fear and death. And that will have an effect on your mind. When you go to sleep at night, that's in your head. Watch what you let go in your mind, please. Tell your loved ones, don't watch that stuff. It's no wonder you're having trouble sleeping. Not because there's something wrong with you, it's because you're putting stuff in your mind that isn't right for who you are. It's really pretty simple. Happy for you. I'm so glad you're in the middle of your awakening. Someone saying, I'm having problems with my love life. My husband said he does not see a future with me. Been together for 3 years. Well, that's inconvenient, isn't it? I'm being told, do not be attached to the form that your love is about to take. Do not be attached to the form that your love is about to take. Right? What's important is that you have a future that you must yourself see. When somebody says, I don't see a future with you, they've got an idea in their mind, and you already know this. But I want to tell you that there's something really amazing that can happen for you if you're willing to not be afraid of what the possibilities are for you. Yes, there are higher possibilities for you. Again, if you want to know more about that, I would highly recommend that you book a reading with me. Go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, and you can book either a half-hour or 1-hour reading, and it will give you the knowledge, the information from your guides and your angels that again, I'm somewhat reluctant to allow some information to flow out here, because it's not right to reveal things about people in their lives that they might not want to be revealed, right? And this is a very personal thing you're talking about, right? But I would also being told to tell you to ask your husband, why did he stop seeing, right, what you saw together? And if he can't answer that question, then you know that he's going in a different direction. You already know that. I can't tell you anything, but anyway, I'll leave it at that. Okay, guys. Last question from YouTube. Sojourner's asking, please let me know why you are skipping my question. Really would like to know. Listen, I am not regulating the way you think that most people regulate. I am drawn to see what I'm drawn to see. I'm guided by my guides, my angels, my guardian angels. There's no intent to dismiss any of you. In fact, I would gladly spend hours addressing your questions and considerations, but that's not what I'm being asked to do today. But I can tell you this, that you must realize that the answer that you are seeking is inside you. You already know what it is. You need to stop being afraid of it and afraid of carrying out that plan. You have to stop being afraid of carrying out that plan. Stop it. Let your fear go. It has no place in what is about to unfold in your life, okay? But thank you for that. I'll take one more question from TikTok here. Hi, guys. I hope you guys will take the time to join me on Friday for open Q&A day, where we just do Q&A day. Lately, they've been giving messages on Fridays as well. But yeah, join us on Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, live on TikTok and YouTube and Facebook. Yeah. Let's see what we got. Yes, I understand. Yeah, hang on. I'm trying to find another question. There's a lot of questions here today. I really appreciate it. Somebody's asking again. I get a feeling a lot of you are going through relationship troubles right now, where the relationship looks like it's going to end. It's so important that you understand you need to have a vision for your relationship that you share with this other person. And also remember that it's not just about the relationship, it's about the evolution of your consciousness and theirs. If your consciousness is like-minded, the chances are you will stay together for this lifetime and maybe many others. But the consciousness must be in alignment, really. And again, there are relationship experts in this world right now that you can go and see. Or you can book a reading with me and get some expert advice from your guides and your angels that you will not get in these live events. But you came to this world to learn to create. Every one of you did. Every one of us, all of us, without exception. We came here to learn to create. Because we're made in the image and likeness of a divine creator, to become that which made us. Anyway, I want to wish you all much love. I want to say thank you to every one of you for coming out today. Thank you for your support for this channel. Remember to like, subscribe, share, follow. lift the algorithm's perception of this information up so that others can receive the opportunity to get the guidance and clarity that we all are requesting at this time. Much love to everyone. Have yourselves a wonderful, joyful day, and I will see you guys on Friday's live stream. Take care. Bye-bye.